pitch by Downing. Swinging.
It's getting serious on this track,
That
man.
ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
3-2 Atlanta, 2 men out in the sixth. High and deep to right field. This could be number 300, and it is for Dale Murphy. The 0-2. Left side, Swanson to first.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? What's up? Welcome to episode number 7 of the Chop Shop Podcast. As always, it's your boy TK with my man, Mr. JP, the main power. What's good, bro?
Man, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Not too much, man. Same old shit, man. Just watching the boys struggle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. I'm ready to get into it.
So you was down there last week, huh?
No,
How
I'll
was
be
it?
down there this week coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be down there for the next homestand between the A's and the Pirates. We're gonna get into that, but man, it's been up and down, still a roller coaster.
Oh yeah. We gonna have to go live while you're down there, man.
Yeah.
and see what's good. But yeah, man, it's been up and down, more down than up.
Yeah,
But we got something brewing right now, and we actually talked about this, I believe, in episode 4, maybe,
hmm
possibly 5, and that's our prospect seemed like every week, Michael Harris II
yep,
down in Double A. Well, against the Marlins, the Braves said, you know what, we need a shot in the arm, and we gonna call him up. So you know what, we gonna start this week's episode with the debut of Mr. Michael Harris II. So what's your early impressions of him right now?
man. I'm telling you, man. I think I hope they leave the kid in long enough. He's only 1 for 9 right now, but that's to be expected. Coming straight from Double A, but. Man, he has shown, especially in the field, he's shown some reminiscence of an older Brave you probably remember, Mr. Andrew Jones, flashing that glove out there. He got that kind of Andrew Jones-esque potential in the field for me. And, man, the kid, I think he's going to be good for us. I really do.
Yeah, so we talked about possibly him coming up. We said maybe after the break.
Yep.
We thought maybe they expedite him on up to AAA, see how he handles that. But he wasn't our prospect of the week for nothing, man. Like he was showing why he's considered a 5-tool player. Down in Mississippi, man, for all those games. And I won't say I was shocked that they brought him up, but I was just surprised at how quickly they brought him up.
Yeah, how soon he came up.
Yeah,
Right.
because I figured, man, they would have gave Drew Waters a shot,
Mm-hmm.
because he had been heating up in Gwinnett himself. We talked about
Right.
him a couple weeks ago. He had came off injury and he had a pretty hot bat. So I guess he's not showing them enough, man, for them to leapfrog him and bring Harris up. But
Yeah, from everything I'm hearing on Drew Waters, man, he's still struggling with the strikeouts. And, I don't know if that was their main decision for not bringing him up or, more upside was in Michael Harris. But, yeah, man, the kid, I think he's going to be okay. One thing, if you noticed about him, man, coming straight from Double A, not even playing, going to Gwinnett at all to a AAA facility. But, man, the guy looks like he belongs there. You see how poised he looked when he was going up the bat, when he's in the field?
mm-hmm.
I mean, his first game, the kid, say he got the call, I think it was Saturday morning when they was at a road game in Pensacola. And he pretty much got on the plane right from there to come up to the stadium and play his first game within hours. So, I mean, he looks very poised. I hope they, give him a little time in the lineup, get used to the major league, speed of things. But I think we got a good one.
So one of the interesting things about it when they talked to him after,
Hmm.
might have been the second game, he even said he felt like he belonged now.
He looks like it. He
Like,
looks the part. He really does.
yeah. So like that's real good to hear and see that even though they skipped, AAA brought him up, he didn't feel overwhelmed. He didn't
No.
feel like the moment was too big. Now, there will be some bumps in the road.
Oh yeah.
There will, and we say this phrase a lot here. There will be ebbs and flows, with this kid.
Right.
But from what I've seen thus far in these 3 games against the Marlins, man, he looks the part. He has 9 at bats, 2 strikeouts.
Yep.
Uh, strikeouts are nothing new from what we've seen with this team. Matter of fact, we lead in the majors in strikeouts. I believe 465.
On pace to set a record, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So that's nothing new. But seeing this kid, man, his glove work, the way he plays the field, like he looks like he's been there before, man.
He
And
does.
we showed the highlight of the catch when Max Fried was pitching,
Yeah.
and first thing somebody yelled, how'd he do that? How'd he catch that, man? And like the kid got great instincts, man, great
He
feet,
does.
nice arm. Again, 5'2" player, and like you said, I'm really hoping that they give him, a real shot to see what he has, man.
Yeah, and Braves Nation just, I was in a couple of groups where they was talking about him, and they was like, man, he's really struggling. I'm like, the kid has 9 at bats. I mean, you got to think about going from Double A pitching to Major League pitching is totally, totally, totally different. Once he
Right?
catches up with the speed of the game, I think he'll be fine. If you saw he got a hit for the Marlins, I think it was their ace pitcher
Yeah.
at the time. So I mean, he got a single the elder way. So the talent is there. He just has to catch up with the speed of the game. But I don't want Braves Nation to get down on him. I mean, it's not all of Braves Nation, but it was one group in particular. They were I guess expect them to go 9 for 9, but that's not going to happen with anybody. But if they just give him time, I think the outfield is going to look a lot different.
Yeah. So I mean, like you'll always have your chicken littles
Yeah,
of the
man.
world. The sky's falling on everything. Um, but here's my thing, man. They let Travis Demeritte go 0 for 34.
Hmm.
0 for 34 before they sat him. Like, matter of fact, he went 0 for 34, and then he had an RBI, I think, the following game, but then they
Right.
sent him down to AAA,
Yeah.
into Gwinnett. Now, and that's crazy how quick things could change, because at one point, episode 3, we was like, is
Was
he
he the
the best
best? Yeah.
player right now?
I remember that.
And but he did look the part, though.
He did.
If you go back and look, he's like the only consistent one we had. I think Acuna was still out.
Yeah, he
So
was.
so he was getting hits, he was getting RBIs, he was, making plays in the field. He was doing it all.
Couldn't
And
sustain it, man. But I think
he
that's
just
going to
fell
be
off the
the
cliff.
difference. That's going to be the difference, I think, with Michael Harris, though. I really do.
So let me ask you this, before we move on, since we're talking about the mayor. So they demoted him instead of Heredia. Which do you think that was the right move?
No, I don't. Even though he was in the over 34 slump, he still proved what he can do as a utility player, especially now with the emergence of Michael Harris, and you got Adam Duvall still in outfield and Acuna's back. I still would have liked to have seen him on the bench. Maybe a every fourth day player, utility player. Heredia, he's that. You can tell he's that Jock Peterson, that kind of he kind of keeps the clubhouse going and everything, but. Yeah, I think I would have went the other way on that one.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I think it's just like you said, the it's not the play that kept Heredia. It's the clubhouse glue or whatever, the chemistry, I guess you want to
If you
call it
look
that.
at all of his highlights pretty much from last year, he was either in the clubhouse flashing a sword sign when somebody scored, or he was cheering or something. I mean, which is great. I'm not down in that at all, but that's pretty much what he was to the team. I mean, he had a couple of defensive plays he would go in at the end of games, but yeah, I might would have kept. Yeah, I would have kept the other kid.
So they brought Harris up, and let's get into this past week's game.
Oh boy.
Uh, you brought up the last episode. You brought up the fact that we cannot seem to win more than 2 games in a row.
Yep.
Like no matter how or whatever happens, it's like they refuse, man.
I'm so glad you brought that up because the last 10 games, the Diamondbacks played last night was, of course, lost 6-2 to them. But counting that game, 9 before that one, we're 5-5. So we broke even so far in the last 10. But in those, you have a 2-game losing streak. You got a 2-game winning streak. You got 1-game losing streak. You got 1-game winning streak. We cannot. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but it's just not been like that. It has been this way all season long. If you go up 2, like you say, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. I don't know, and I know we're going to get into it, but just speaking of where we are now, man, you're looking at right now with this stretch that we have, the teams that we're playing. You got Arizona that we're on a 3-game trip. You got the Rockets coming up where we go out to Denver for 4 games. Both of those teams are, Arizona is at 24-26, and
Right.
Colorado is sitting at, what are they sitting at, 22-26. Both of them are last in their divisions. Then you come back home for 2 against Oakland, which is 5th in their division. Then you turn around after that, you got the Pirates that has been struggling for a while. And those are 4 series that you should win those series. And right now, you got off to a horrible start against the Diamondbacks. So you have 4 teams that you should win each of those series. And this is going to be really interesting to see how the Braves come out of this.
Man,
I got
I
you scratching your head, huh?
bruh, I want to go to that to the Phillies.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, okay, we lost that first one. We honestly should have came out of that 4 game staying 3-1.
Right.
You know, um, I just it bewilders me, man, that we cannot get the pitching and hitting on the same page.
Ever.
Because if you go back and look at the Braves' last 10, 12 wins, they're averaging like 5.5 runs a game.
Mm,
Like they'll put up numbers. But when you look at some of those games, they're still close games because the pitching just couldn't hold up. But
no.
then you have games where Max Fried go into the 6th, give up 1 run, and he don't get the win because they can't put up 2 runs.
Right.
That like that's insane to me, man. So let me ask you this: we'll start with the Phillies. What was your biggest takeaway from that series?
The inconsistency of the pitching staff. Really, like you said, outside of Max Fried right now, he's at 5-2 on the year, which really could be more than that. Like you say, he took a lot of decisions late into the 6th inning or whatever, and they couldn't close it for him. But there's nobody you can trust on the pitching staff outside of him, really. Ian Anderson, he's at like 3-3 up and down. Charlie Morton, we talked about him. I know in the last couple of episodes, he's also, I think, is at 3-3 on the year. And then, the other problem that's coming into effect, we don't have a 5th starter. They tried Strider last night. He didn't look terrible, but, we don't have a 5th starter. And to me, that it was inconsistency of the pitching staff. Like you said, we should have came out of that series at least 3-1 against the Phillies.
Yeah. So like the game 2,
Hmm.
last Tuesday,
Right.
we won 6-5, right? And we had Fried on the mound, 6 innings pitch. He gave up 2 two earned runs,
Mm-hmm.
struck out five. Um, but when he left the game, we were up. Um, and they, you know, couldn't get the win because they gave up two in the top of the ninth. Had to get two in the bottom to win it. Kenley Jensen, he blew. Well, he got the win, but he blew
Yeah.
the save.
Yeah.
You know, and he's done that two of his last
Yep.
four outings, I believe it is.
He has.
You know, and he still has 12, 13 saves.
Yeah, I think he
And
got
don't get me
12.
wrong, he's doing his job, but you know, we talk about your pitchers, you know, having strong outings, going
Mm-hmm.
six and a third, six and two thirds, whatever. Like when you got somebody giving you that,
Right.
you cannot consistently blow those save
No,
opportunities.
you cannot.
You know, it shouldn't come down to the bottom of the night the way that Freeze pitching, man.
No, I
And you
definitely
know,
agree with that.
it's just been real disappointing, man. You know, and then you go to the Marlins series, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you got one game the hittings completely own and the pitching's an abomination. Next
Mm-hmm.
game is it's the opposite. Like I can't recall a single series where we've had just everybody consistently on the same page.
Not this season, not for a series, no.
So you know it's disappointing, man.
It is. I mean, the roller coaster continues. Right now, we're sitting at 23 and 26 on the year. I mean, like you
And
say,
that's
it's
that's
win one,
surprising.
you lose one. Win one, you lose one, pretty much.
And that's what's so surprising that we still at 23 and 26. And that's all, you know, it's disappointing, but at the same time it gives me hope because you look at it, you know, I look at it, I'm like, the way we've been playing,
Hmm.
we still only 3 games under 500.
Yeah, and thank God that the Phillies, the Marlins, are not very good right now. So it still
Right.
has us, has us in striking distance of trying to catch the Mets because they hadn't really slowed down much at all. So,
Right. And you know, y- you hear Braves fans talk about, oh, the Mets are gonna collapse, you know, it's coming.
hmm
You cannot
no,
depend on that.
no, you can't.
At some point you got to turn your attention from wishing and hoping that you know the Mets, you know, go full Mets like we've seen before,
Yep.
because like this team doesn't look like those same teams in my opinion.
Exactly, they don't. And this team also, I don't think is the team last year. Doing before the trade at the deadline. Halfway point of the season, we looked dead in the water. I don't think
Right.
this is the team that can turn around like they did. I just don't. I mean, right now they have not showed me anything to do that. Of course, we're missing some key pieces from last year, but I. I don't see it right now. I don't see the consistency. Like you say, it's not just the pitching staff. It's the batting. There's not two things that go together on this team that we've had at the same time all
Yeah.
year, and that's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Yeah. And you know, you alluded to it earlier. They're looking for a fifth starter, and
Yeah,
I give Brian Sneaker credit, man. He trying everything.
yeah, he has
Like he's tried, you know, Elder. He has the kid last night,
Strider.
you
Yeah,
know, Strider. Like he's tried like 8 different starting pitches. He's brought up Harris. You know, he's played Contreras outfield and Contreras at DH. And
hmm
I'm gonna get into him in a little bit when we
yeah,
do buy or sell in a minute. But like he's trying everything. It's like the players are just not responding in the
no,
way that I think they could and I think they should.
right.
And what do you think that is, man? Like, do you think it's like a confidence in themselves, lack of confidence in the manager, or do you think they still got that World Series high and feel like, you know what, we can come back and do our thing?
Well, I'm gonna get right on your thunder, man. I think they lack the hunger that they are. We're in a different position this year. We're actually the hunted and not the hunter this year. But many years, playoffs years before, we couldn't get past the Dodgers. We would get to the first, second round against the Dodgers, get put out, get to the NLC championship game against the Dodgers, lose a 3-1 lead. And, that was the hurdles where we just kept getting better and better. So now that we are the top dog, the hunted, I don't think they're playing like that. They don't have that same aggression. They don't have that same, hunger that they have. It's kind of like you said, they thinking that, okay, well, we'll get together, we'll flip the switch. But you may be so far back of the Mets,
Yeah,
it may not be a switch to flip.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's what it is.
I don't want them going into to the September hoping for wild card baseball,
Mm-mm.
because if they do, then I don't think we'll make it. Especially if we're still looking like this. Especially if we still
No.
going 500 in 10 games and can't
Mm-mm.
win. Like they really, really and truly have to get a 8 to 10 game win streak
Right.
going at some point.
Right.
And it needs to be like right now, while
Yes.
we're still, only 3 back from 500.
Right, because it's a lot more baseball. We only like the quarter, part of the season. But just ask yourself this, Braves Nation. I'm gonna ask you this too, TK. Right now, if the Braves were to say make it playoffs as a wild card or whatever the case is, you're looking at
No,
going against the top of the seeds. Like you got your St. Louis's, you got your Dodgers, you got your Giants, you got your Mets. Who the heck are they beating right now in a series?
nobody.
I mean, I'm just, and we die hard Braves fan. We always gonna be homers, but at the same point, I mean, let's be, who are they beating? I don't see.
Nobody.
You got the
Like
Brewers also out there. That I don't know
yeah,
who they would beat.
nobody, because again, there is zero consistency, man. You know, um, and it goes to the pitching staff, and we'll get into that with
Yeah,
Sale, as well as some of the hitters, and we'll get into to those too.
right.
But nobody, man.
Mm-mm.
And what's crazy is, the only thing they've been consistent at, especially this last week within the 7 games, is striking out and hitting home runs. You know,
Yeah.
like you have like Matt Olson, he hit a couple doubles the other day, leading 20-25, I believe.
Hmm.
You got that, Albies doing this thing, but like they're batting 220, 230. On base percentage is trash. Adam Duvall, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, um, so right now you look at this team and the way it's constructed. I can't tell you a single team that they would beat in the playoffs.
No.
And that's not me being a negative Nancy. That's not
Yeah.
me hating the Braves. I'm gonna give them credit when it's due, and I'm gonna give them criticism when it's due.
Exactly.
And I'm not going, I'm not looking at this thing through rose-colored glasses, dog.
Mm-mm.
Just right now, I got nothing.
Yeah.
So before we get into buy and sell,
Hmm.
you know, and move on past the Marlins and the Phillies, I talked about like they hit a bunch of home runs, man, and
Yeah, they
I
did.
I, I think they hit 9. I want to say
Yeah,
in 7 games.
I think you're right.
Contreras had a couple in the game, and my boy Cunha, man. I guess he got tired of me talking about him, but he's still only batting 238. You know, but he's won a couple games. He's knocked in some runs, but if he's not hitting a home run, he's not hitting.
No.
Alvis, he's not hitting a home run, he's not hitting,
Nope.
and that's the problem. But before we slide into something else, we'll do the rundown bums of the week.
Okay.
Swing, fly ball. Well hit left center. Ronald Acuna, pass homer. right field. That's pretty well hit. Castellanos will turn. That ball is gone. O'Reilly a 2-2 count. Swing and a drive. Belted left. 2-run lead. Swing, fly ball, pretty well hit. Schwarber going back. Ball carrying out toward that wall. It is gone. Another homer for Contreras, his 7th. And there's a ball hammered down the line. Did he keep it fair at the pole? It hit the pole. There you go. Matt Olson breaks the tie with a line drive homer.
Did we get a run?
I think so. Swing, drive, belted, first pitch. You called it, Jeff. 1-0.
There you go.
That breaks up the perfect game, the no-hitter, and the shutout. The pitch. Line drive center. That ball is walloped into Chattahoochee Falls. I don't know what the launch angle was on that, but that was an absolute missile to straightaway center to tie this game. Riley unloads. How far's that one going? The Braves go back to back.
Now Austin Riley gets a spinner on this pitch. 437. Distance-wise, 110 off the bat.
Pitch on the way to Marcel, and that one's launched high in the air, deep left. Ozuna's got a 2-homer day. Way out of here to left. Another Atlanta extra base hit, 3 homers. And Marcel now in double digits with 10.
Man,
You was right. There was a lot of homers that they.
yeah, and you know what? I miss one of Contreras' home runs. He hit 2 in the game.
Yeah,
and
he
I
did.
think I miss Albie's on one that he hit. Like,
Yeah, that was a
you
lot.
know, they was
Jeez.
dropping them off, man, a lot. But again, if they're not hitting home runs, they
They're
not
not
hitting.
hitting. Yeah, you're right.
So, you know, we gonna move into a little bit of buy and sell
All right.
because a couple of people we just showed we got some things to talk about with them.
Uh-oh.
Buy or sell.
I'm at 35 down 40, 40, now 5 at a down, better down 45, 45 at a down, better down 50, I'm at 45 at a down, better down 50, sold for.
So before we get into the hitters, man, let's talk about this staff a little bit.
Uh-oh.
You know, we brought up inconsistency, right? And honestly, Max Fried has been the only consistent one, in my opinion. You know, Kyle Wright, he's been okay.
Right.
But I'm gonna ask you this: buy or sell? Max Fried is the only trustworthy starter.
Buying. Because I think I said this earlier in the thing that he's the only consistent one. And for is we talked about potential playoffs matchups right now. Braves not even in that conversation. But if we were in Speedos, who would you want to throw out in a playoff game or must-win playoff game right now besides Fried on this staff? Nobody that I that I see on this staff. So yeah, I'm buying it.
Man, you know, I'm gonna buy that too.
Yeah.
I'm buying that too.
Yeah.
And you know, it's for some of the same reason you said, but again, you look at it gets bad after Wright, honestly. You know, Charlie Morton, he was getting bombed earlier in the year, and he looked to be, you know, turning the corner. He's pitching tonight, matter of fact.
Yep.
He's sitting 3-3 right now.
Yep.
But you know, that starting rotation, man, they hadn't really found that consistency, you know what I'm saying?
That was an easy one. You can buy that one.
Yeah, like you can't buy it.
Yeah.
But like you know, like look at the Marlins series, man. You had Ian Anderson, right?
Mhm.
He was solid in the
Yeah.
finale.
Yeah, he was.
He walked the first batter,
Hmm.
he faced. But then he went 6 plus. But again, he allowed 4 runs, struck out 7. No, he struck out 6, gave up 7 hits. But Miami's got a pretty heavy hitting lineup, man.
Yeah, they do.
We saw Soler. He was dropping bum. What, he had 2 against us the other night.
Yeah, he. Unfortunately, that one was in a loss, but still, yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
dropping them.
But you got him. Again, outside of Freed, man. Who else you got?
At this point, I don't trust nobody but
Yeah,
Fred. At this point,
and again, it's a what have you done for me lately type of thing. And against the Marlins, you had both Charlie Morton and
yep,
both Kyle Wright. They both did their thing in the first 2 games. Morton allowed 3 runs on 7 hits.
right,
He went 5 and a third, maybe 5 and 2/3. Um, and then Wright, he had a great performance, man.
yeah, he did.
Went 5 scoreless, 2 hits, struck out 6 or 7.
Hmm.
But they'll do that, and then the next game they pitch, Morton to give up 8 hits, 8 runs, 8 walks, 1K.
Yep.
So again, yeah,
Come
he,
on, TK. I know you got some harder, man. That was the easiest buy and sell question
yeah,
you had this year.
yeah, Freed, yeah, Freed is that guy though. So yeah,
Bring out the
we
big
we
questions.
buying that. All right, all right. So let's go to hitters.
Okay. Ooh.
Buy or sell. William Contreras should be playing every day.
If it means replacing Adam Duvall, I'm buying it. Yeah. Let's buy that because he's kind of one of those you talked about. If he's hitting, it's usually a home run. But I mean, it's been in some good spots, and plus, I think he has a much better stick than Denard got. Although Denard is a good hitter in his own right as a catcher, but yeah, let's buy that Contreras playing every day, whether it's either in DHing or one of the field positions.
All right, so you buy Contreras should be playing every day.
Yeah, let's buy that.
Okay, I'm gonna buy that too. I am going to buy him start, playing every day. And like you said, he can DH. I think once Acuna gets fully healthy, he'll move to the field.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have Acuna, Harris, and Contreras and Wright because Duval ain't showing us nothing.
Don't forget
Um,
Rosario coming back.
yeah, yeah.
That was sarcasm, but yeah,
Yeah,
you got
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
it.
But let me tell you, the thing I like about Contreras right now. He's on a nice run, man. He's on a historic run
Mm-hmm.
as far as the Braves go. So at one point through 14 games, 47 at bats,
Right.
he had 13 hits, 7 homers. Now, he was the only current Major League Baseball player who tallied 7 home runs in his first 13 games of the season.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, as far as Braves folklore and history goes,
Mm-hmm.
he joins Justin Upton, Ronald Acuna Jr., and the great Dale Murphy
Dale Murphy.
as the only players to hit at least 7 home runs through their first 13 games.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. That's good company. That's enough to buy that one for sure. That he should be playing every day. Wow,
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
yeah. So just a little bit of Braves history to go along with this buy or sell. So yeah, again, we both buy.
Yep.
He should start play every day, and again, you can play him at DH.
Mm-hmm.
And let Denard catch,
Yep.
and then let him catch every third or fourth game.
Right.
You know, that way you keeping them warm, but you keeping both of them fresh
Correct.
because we gotta do something, man. Because because
You're right.
our next guy.
Uh-oh.
No, let's go with this guy. Our next guy, Adam Duvall, ain't giving us anything. So buy or sell. It's time to sit Adam Duvall.
Buying. And with the addition, like I said, of Harris, and then also with Contreras possibly playing every day, or uh, whatever the case is, yeah, I think it's time to sit Adam. I was wanting to give him a little bit more time because he was big for us in the playoffs last year, and when he came back from the Marlins. But yeah, I think it's time to sit your boy Adam.
Yeah,
I know where you're going with it.
I'm so you buying it?
Yeah, I'm buying this time.
And a part of me,
Hmm.
small part of me is on the fence because outside of really saying Contreras, who you gonna throw out there, right? So it's one of those things where you like let him stay in because you hoping he could bounce back to the when he had 38 home runs.
Yeah.
Like he's never hit for average. So,
No.
but I mean, dude's batting 182 right now. So, like you can't keep going with that
No, you
at
got to
all.
try something different, like you said. Got to.
So he's let me just so he's had 88 at bats, 16 hits,
Hmm.
1 home run, 6 RBI, 31 strikeouts, and 8 walks in the month of May.
No, it's time to do something else.
You got to. So
Yeah.
just by sheer default, I'm buying the hell out of it. And don't get me wrong, man. I'm a Duval fan, man.
Yeah, me too. Maybe he just needs to go, to the utility role for a while, or
Maybe so.
or
Let him get
something.
his maybe playing the center field all the time took something out of him because he's 33. He's not a little guy.
No, he's
Maybe
not.
maybe that was taking a toll on his bat because he had to focus on playing defense and all that moving and whatnot in center field. So with Harris in the fold, let let him be every 3-4 days.
Yeah, I'm
See
with
if
you.
he can turn it around.
I'm with you. Let's try that.
So last one we got. Dansby Swanson is the best Brave right now.
Right now,
Right now.
selling.
Whoa, okay.
Austin Riley is the best Brave right now. Now Dansby has turned it around because I was thinking about benching him a couple of weeks back, but
Right.
Austin Riley is the best Brave right now, man. I'm telling you, Austin is 10 of 28 the last 7 games, 4 home runs, 5 RBIs. Austin Riley right now is the best Brave right now.
Okay, so you got Austin Riley as the best Brave right now. I'm gonna buy this.
Go.
I'm buying that he's the best Brave right now. And so he's on a nice run.
Yeah, over the last 7, he's 12 of 27. So yeah, he's on a very good run.
So his first 12 games, Buddy had 20 strikeouts.
Yeah,
He was batting 143. He looked like me when I was playing Pony League, at Vernon Dable when I was ready to go. And this when I was going, playing against former, Matt Butler, who was
Yeah,
in
I
the
played in that
Braves
league too.
organization.
Some years
Jermaine
before
Van
you, but
Buren.
yeah, I played in that league too.
Yeah. So, I was going against some future major league talent and I couldn't hit shit. Neither could Dansby. Right? But since then, and
Right.
this is why I say he's the best because he's consistent. He's been
That's
consistent
true.
with it.
That's true.
Since those first 12 games, Dansby is hitting 315. 315. I think he had 6 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
He raised his own base percentage to almost 340. Um, he's let's see, he's tied with Contreras for most home runs in May,
Mm-hmm.
and he's also 1 hit and 1 run scored behind all the Albies for the month.
Man, and Braves
And we not
Nation.
even, and I ain't
Yeah.
even touched his defense, dog.
Yeah, and let's remember, since he's been with us, he's always have started slow. Every season he started slow, but he normally picks it up. And right now, yeah, you got a very good argument for him to be the best Brave right now. You really
And
do.
and hold on, I got more. There's more. So wait, there's more. Uh, Talking about his defense. At one point, this is 3 days ago, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't checked it, but I collected all my Dansby facts 3-4 days ago. But at the time, Dansby was leading, all National League defenders in all positions with 6 outs above average, 4 runs above average, and a 6.4 defense according to Fangraphs.
Wow.
So, you know, and man, I got so much on Dansby right now, dog. Um,
You about to make me change my decision. I'm about to
so
buy this now.
so outside of let me give you this. No, that's Adam Duvall. So outside of Contreras,
Mm-hmm.
Acuna, and Arcia, and they've all played fewer games than
Mm-hmm.
him. Dansby leads the Braves in the month of May in average, on base percentage, slugging, and OPS.
Wow.
So again, I'm
Wow.
buying my boy Big
Yeah.
Big Dansby as the best player on the Braves right now.
I'm
Big
gonna
Dansby,
soft
baby.
sell it, but yeah, I'm with you. You almost made me change my mind, but yeah. Wow, he's killing it right now. You're right.
Yeah, he's he's lighting it up, man. So you know, so that's all I got for buy and sell, man. I almost added Michael Harris, and I had to go against my better judgment. I
Mm-hmm.
went with my better judgment, didn't put him on there. Asking did they bring him up too soon?
Yeah.
It's honestly too soon
Yeah.
to
It's
say
yeah.
yes or no on that. So I let him make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we went 4-3 on the last week's games, and we we started out this week on Memorial Day with a loss.
Yep.
Um,
First of the 7-game road trip.
yeah, it's do we ever get the first one? I have to go back and look to see if how we fared, opening series.
I think we got one against the Marlins one time, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, it's as I said earlier in the show, this stretch is crucial. I mean, you already started off with a bad loss, last night. Uh, need to get need these next two really from the Diamondbacks, and then Colorado. That's a hitter friendly park, so
Yeah,
hopefully we can keep them from hitting. We should be okay. But that's a 4-game stretch. That's a series we should probably take 3 out of 4. I'm gonna give one loss out there, but we should at least take 3 out of 4 for them. Then you got Oakland that's coming to town for 2. We should sweep them, honestly, to be honest with you. But
have we swept anybody? I don't think we have a single
no,
sweep.
no. Now Olsen should be motivated for that one because he's kind of been in my doghouse a little bit. I mean, I know he's kind of got that quiet leader mentality like Freddie was. He's kind of that guy, but he's left a lot on base. Although I know he has a nice RBI total with, what is it, 25 on the year, I think, but he's left a lot to be desired when we
So
lately. So
so you know what? I could have put that one on there, and I might have sent it to you and
yeah, you did. I think you
decided.
did send about one.
So we'll just do that right now before we
Okay,
talk about this upcoming week.
okay.
Is it time to worry about Matt Olson? It's time to worry about Matt Olson by himself.
Why you give me this one? I asked for a hard
You
one,
you
but
wanted a hard one, so
is it time?
you wanted a hard one.
Sale,
Is it
sale,
so?
sale. It's not time to worry about Matt yet. Come on,
Why?
Matt. I know you. If you're listening out there, make me a profit. I'm gonna say no.
So and why do you say that?
He started out the season hot. He's actually was remember we started. I think it was episode 1 and 2. We was talking about that he's good as advertised, and I think it's still there. I don't know if it's just he's settling into his fit or is it a slump going through, but I'm not worried about him yet. Ask me next week. But right now, as of today, I'm not worried about him yet.
So I'm selling that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say all
You
right.
know,
Not
I'm gonna
yet.
sell it. I'm gonna sell. It's time to worry about Matt Olson. Um, but I do have concerns.
Oh yeah,
You know,
major.
but I'm not worried. I don't like that he's not showing up with runners in scoring position.
No,
I think he's batting 189 maybe. Um,
maybe.
he's leading the league in doubles, but he's showing besides the strikeouts, um, he's he's showing some elite on base numbers, right?
Yeah.
Because he walks. He's uh he's third, maybe now, maybe fourth, in all of baseball in total walks. He had got 31, I believe it is 31, 32, which puts him top five in walks. His on base percentage, uh, 364, 365, which puts him in the top 35.
Right.
And he's still batting a healthy with his team looking healthy, 245. So, and he's never been a high average guy
No, he
anyway.
hasn't.
But damn it, we need you to get to like 265, 270. We need for you to start knocking people in when they're on base. And we need for that power that we saw you have in Oakland to show up here. Because
Yeah.
he over his career, he's averaged 38 homers a game. 38 homers over 162 games for his career. He
Hmm.
39 last year.
Right.
So we know the power's there.
Oh yeah.
We know the ability to get walks is there, to get on base is there. Now he just has to put all of that together and give us that 268 average and 35, 36 homers and knock people in.
This still
That's
a
that's
dangerous
it.
lineup. It still is a dangerous lineup. Now Snicker hadn't really settled on a lineup like in years past because one minute you had Dansby Swanson, he was batting ninth. Now he's batting second. Then you had him batting sixth. So you got him all over the place, and
Right.
understandably so. You're trying to find a spark, especially with the offense is struggling. But Braves Nation, I think if like Tyrus says, we can just get it, the pitching and the hitting on the same page. This offense is still dangerous. I mean, Osuna, when he's hitting, he's hitting. When he's hitting, that's
Yeah.
your guy. We talked about him last week. But
Yeah.
when he's hitting in the lineup. You got Albis that's been consistent and showed a lot of power this year so far. Kind of uncharacteristic of him. Swanson, as you mentioned, Riley. You got Acuna. I mean, that's at the top of the lineup. And then you got
Yep.
Olsen, Dionard when he's in there. You got Contreras. This is a potent lineup
Mhm.
if they
They
can
can put
put
it
it
together.
together.
Yeah.
And if
I
Michael
totally
Harris
agree.
can give you anything, this is a very dangerous lineup. But you know, like you said, man, jumping into these the rest of this road trip, and then the homestand coming up. This is I can't stress how important it is to come out of this out of all these series winners.
So we started last night, the
Hmm.
30th, with Arizona, and
Yep.
they lost. Um, so tonight you got Charlie Morton hitting the bump. Arizona got Humberto Castellanos, 3.2, 5.22 ERA. Him and Charlie, damn near the same. Charlie's 3.3, 5.28. So
Yeah,
expect a lot of hits, a lot of runs, hopefully for us. Um,
I think
they,
they pull it out tonight. I think the Braves pull this one out.
so they got two more against them. Got Kyle Wright head to
Yep.
head with Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah. Got
Um,
the vet.
yeah, and then we go into Colorado for what,
You,
three,
it's four. I think it's four
four?
games.
Yeah,
Four
yeah,
games
seven,
set.
4 games.
You've got to get 3 out of 4 in Colorado. You got to.
Yeah,
Their
I
pitching
agree.
staff has been probably worse than ours. Chad Cool is their ace over there. So I mean, he pitches. Actually, he pitches better at home than he does on the road. So, uh, but that's the series you got to get 3 out of 4. It should be no reason that the offense isn't alive in Colorado. The ball flies off it out there. I used to stay out there, so yeah, it's plenty of home runs to hit out there. So,
Okay, so we already down one.
mm-hmm,
We got 6 games left.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put you on the spot again.
Okay,
What's your predictions for this week's games? What we,
okay.
what we coming out with?
It's gonna be 7 total. Yeah, 'cause we got Colorado.
We finished last week 4-3. What are we going this week?
I don't trust Arizona, man. I think we're gonna lose 2 out of 3 to them. I just don't know why. We're gonna take 3 out of 4 from Colorado, so we're looking at 4-3.
All right,
I want to say 5-2. I really do, but
I'm going with 5-2, man.
okay.
I'm going with 5-2, and I'm gonna also throw out there that Matt Olson will have a huge series against Colorado.
Mm, I
He's
hope you're right. He do.
he is going to have a huge series against Colorado because he hits the ball hard as hell.
Yeah, he does.
Um, he's let's see. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna throw this out there. Right now, Matt Olson ranks 27 in the league in hard hit rate,
Mm-hmm.
meaning he putting solid wood on the ball 47.4% of the time.
Right.
So he's hitting the ball, hard, and they just catching it. I don't know, but I think that it will translate well into that thing there in Colorado. So we going 5-2 off the strength of the offense
I hope you're right
led
because
by Matt Olson.
I'm sticking with the status quo of 4-3. So I hope that you're right with the 5-2. Also, I'm gonna give you a prediction too. You got Olson. Depending now, this my prediction, is predicated on playing time. If he gets it, Michael Harris, by the next time these 2 series are over, will have 4 more hits.
So we looking at probably 6 games, 3 at bats a game.
I'm giving him 4 more hits. It's not godly numbers, but I'm thinking he
I
starts to
I
heat up.
give I give him 6 games. I think he'll pick up. Yeah, 4 sounds right. Maybe 5.
I'm looking at him. I'm honestly thinking he's starting to heat up. I think the game is going to really slow down for him a lot.
Yeah,
I know he's starting tonight, so I'm actually going to really be paying close attention to him. Like I may,
yeah.
I watch the games. I may look off when somebody else up there sometime, but like him, I really have been paying attention. I want to see.
Yeah.
With this kid got, and I think he's gonna be a good one for us.
Yeah. So I hope we both right on everything we predict.
Well, I hope you right on 5-2.
Oh yeah, well that part. So we went a little more than a quarter of the season
Yep,
in terms of if this is school. Remember, we use in school your first 9 weeks.
yep,
They give you your report card on your first 9 weeks.
you're right.
So first quarter of the season, man, I want you to give me a grade on the hitting, pitching, and Braves overall.
Okay, let's start with pitching. Rob, grade for pitching for this first quarter of the season. I'm going to go with C minus, and the reason going with a C because they're actually straight down the middle. The record is almost even. We're almost 500 on the year. The only one that's over 500 is Max Fried. Everybody else is hovering between 3 and 3. I'm going to say C minus because I don't trust any of the other starters we talked about. And then you got Kenley Jansen, which he does have 12 saves, but some of those have been roller coaster rides to get there.
Yeah.
And ended up with
He
a
should
couple
have
of
about
wins.
15 right now, honestly.
Yeah, and he ended up with wins. And you got Mike Minter and, some of them in the bullpen that has struggled. We've got Jesse Chavez out there. So I'm going to get a pitching staff of C minus. Going on to the hitters. Man, this is very disappointing. I'm going to go straight down the middle again with a C. I mean, because right now we're still almost hovering at an overall 500 record on the season right now. So we've had up and downs. Like you say, when we hitting, it's mostly homers. So I'm going to say C because it has potential that we can go up or go down. And Braves as an overall, once again, we're going to go with C minus. I mean, as the defending world champions and with a team that you didn't have a lot of drop off and you replaced it, you lost Freddie, of course, but look what you brought back for Freddie. Arguably the best or the second best, first baseman in the league. We brought back, well, I ain't going to say Rosario. We just edit that part out. But anyway, but you made some good moves and they're not playing with the hunger. So I'm gonna go C minus. Everything is a C.
All right. So I'm going to give the pitching a C minus as well.
Yep. That's where I'm at.
And Max Fried is the only reason why it's not a D.
Yeah, you're right.
like just being real. Him and Kyle Wright here and there. The reason why it's not a D. Hitting, I'm giving him a D.
I could go there with you. I definitely
I'm
could.
giving him a D for the simple fact that we're on pace to break the strikeout record.
Yeah. That's good justification.
The best hitters, supposedly best hitters, outside of Acuna and Contreras, betting 240 or less.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me go give you the the batting averages real quick. So I'm giving them a D for that.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm giving them a D. D plus. D plus / C minus. Because of the hitting and also because we've seen some very costly errors.
Costly.
Like Matt Olson dropping the ball.
Yep.
Like this is a Gold Glove first baseman.
Yep.
Okay. Ozuna, my God. He's terrible in the field. He's terrible.
And
he
see, that's why.
DH.
Exactly. That's what I was getting to because when they was talking, last year he missed all of last year, of course, but everybody was excited because they thought that he would be the permanent DH because any Braves fans know he is not the best outfielder.
No.
By no stretch of the imagination. And he also, in the word with him, if you put him at permanent DH, like you say, when he's hitting, it's homers.
Yeah.
When he's not hitting, he's not.
But
He gives you nothing else, really.
right, but I would I would rather have that than him being a liability at the plate and in the field.
Yeah.
You know, so let's look at this real quick.
Okay.
Dansby 269, Austin's came up to 250. Ozzy Albies 249, Olson's 249, Ozuna he's up to a whopping 229. Adam Duvall is at 189. So it's
It's batting over 250 except Dansby right now.
yeah,
Golly,
it's these, man.
that's not good.
I
Yeah.
mean, of course, you got Acuna, but he's not healthy. He's not playing
No.
every day. Contreras not playing every day.
No.
So those are kind of skewed. But the everyday players are just not getting it done. And my guy Eddie Rosario,
Is he batting 100 yet?
I don't think so, man. He's got more hits now than he did when he was actually playing.
Well, I'm put in perspective for you. He got 2 more hits than Michael Harris got.
That's
And Michael
terrible.
Harris got 90.
That's
Oh my God.
and I listen, folks. We don't hate Eddie, but
No.
the disappointment is just too much right now. And I hope he comes back with got his eyes situation taken care of, and I hope he comes back and tear it up because Lord knows the team needs it. But yeah. So overall, they get a D plus.
I'm with you. Yeah. You know what? I had a C minus. I'm gonna go with you. Yeah. Let's change that. I'm with you on that one. Once I
Pitching.
thought about some of the other factors, yeah.
Yeah, the pitching, outside of Freed, that's the only thing keeping the pitching from being a D is him.
Yeah, by
Batting
himself.
D, so
Kenley Jansen scares the hell out of me
Kenley
sometimes.
and Will Smith, he goes full Will Smith again. So
Oh yeah, Jesus, he did that last year. So
and post Strider, I hope that didn't. And he pitched well, 7-8 Ks. They just couldn't help him. They left 2 on back. I don't want to go with
and then when they took him out the game, the next guy, was it who's that came in? Davidson, I think, when he came in right behind him immediately. So
again,
look, man,
outside of Freed, dog, and
next time we talk, we're gonna be good, man. I'm telling you.
And that's exactly why we buying the hell out of that.
Unanimous buy.
But yeah, man. So we had a decent week, 4-3.
Yeah.
Bunch of home runs.
Yeah.
Debut Michael Harris, so that's one positive thing. So, hopefully the positively compounds, and when we sit here next week, we got a bunch of good stuff to talk about and celebrate being 5-2.
Yeah. I have my notepad out tonight for sure.
Yeah. You got anything you want to hit us with before we get out of here?
No, sir. Just keep hitting that like button, keep sharing it. Leave comments, leave were they good, positive, bad, whatever it is. We just want to hear from you. Keep watching Braves, the Chop Shop, and we're gonna keep doing what we do.
Oh, no doubt, man. Yeah, so couldn't say it any better, man. So on behalf of Mr. Jermaine J.P. Powell, I'm Tyrus T.K. Kennedy. This has been the Chop Shop Podcast. Find us on YouTube, Twitch, Google Podcasts, Apple, all that.
Yeah.
Like, share, follow, subscribe. Let's get this thing going. And as always, let's go Braves. Chop on.
Yes, sir.